Afternoon, everybody. I just finished winterizing the girls' pen and coop for the winter, so I thought I would go over that for all one of you who might be interested in that. Okay, so let me start here. So I've got the plastic all the way around, so there's no drafts except for this one at the top. So, you know, they let off a lot of humidity just with their breathing. So I always leave a place for that to vent out. I'm sure I mentioned this on the first pen tour that I did, but this one I would leave open, but all the rain and snow comes in that way in the winter, so I have to close that one off. So it's not airtight in here, but it's definitely like a deader air in here than it is outside. And look at these girls. Look at poor Annabelle. Look at her. She is so deep into her molt right now. Oh my God. She's just a mess. You can see there's feathers everywhere. I just raked this out, but it's still full of feathers. Yeah, everybody's molting heavily. When Lenore molts, she turns so pale. And so does Morella. Morella, turn around, baby. She's really pale. The only one who's still hanging on is B, but she better get moving because it's going to be cold. So, okay, so all the plastic is on, and I also, down the sides here, and I got a bale of hay from the feed store and put it in their coop. I'll show you that in a second. And I just gave them some extra here. They like to play with it. The thing about this hay, I don't put it on the beds for at least a couple of years after I buy it, because I don't know what kind of herbicides they might have used on it, and I like to get it really aged and let all that go away before I put it on my garden beds. But in a few years, this will make a great, practically indestructible mulch for the garden beds. I finished the 6 yards of dirt shoveling. I had a little bit extra, so I put some more in here for them. And as the trees start to drop more leaves, I'll fill a lot of this area up with leaves just for their entertainment. They like to dig around in it. Okay, going around the back here. Oh, and I also put a lot of dirt here in their front yard because it gets so flooded in the spring. So hopefully that won't happen this year. I also, just to kill the drafts, go along here with dirt and pile up whatever debris like sticks and logs just to keep the wind from coming in around here. I do leave their little vents accessible, but the wind doesn't blow in those, so they stay comfy. The sides are down for the winter to keep the wind out, and they also put this board across the front. And this is when it's really nice to have the windbreak this time of year, because the wind's all coming from that direction, so it's just cuts out what hits their back doors here. So going in the coop, I put a ton of hay in here, just piled it up like insulation in the edges and on the floor, and they really like playing in this and eating the seeds, so they'll have a good time. And because they're, oh look, somebody laid an egg. Wow, look at that. Had to have been Berenice. When they're molting, they hardly ever lay. So yay, got one. So yeah, they're gonna have a good old time in there. They've already been playing in it. They've been spreading it around the yard, the stuff that fell out. Okay, shutting that. Now I have an egg and a camera both, so we'll see how that goes. I meant to fix this before this winter, but I did not. I'm hoping the gutter up here keeps the snow off of it. Have to keep an eye on it. Okay, more dirt and debris to keep the wind out from underneath their coop. In the summer, I leave it open for the ventilation. In the winter, I close it off. I think the neighbors have a light on that was bothering them, so I put this whole tarp situation type deal up here just to make sure that no light's coming in that window for them at night, because I don't want to interrupt their egg laying because it already sucks. And just closing off this side and all the way down that side too. So that's, oh, and I also just use like bricks. It's not fancy up there, but I just use bricks to hold the plastic on in the winter. So nothing fancy, nothing pretty, but this works really well for them, for all one of you who might be interested in what the winter setup looks like. Everybody have a great day. Bye.